Hello and welcome back to the channel. You join me on my adventure where I'm riding the entire world by motorcycle. But today we're going to do something crazy. We're going to do the biggest distance I've ever done, but there is a reason. But I'll tell you about it after the intro. So we are currently in a place called Castres. That's obviously where we arrived last night because we need to sleep in between. Obviously deep in France. But the thing of it is, last night when we were sipping a beer, trying to sort of kind of have a plan for the next day, Julian whips out something massive and slams it on the table. That was a magazine from, what did you say, 20 years ago?
It was.
Or no, they redid it, didn't they?
Redid it,
so it's probably a couple of months ago now. But originally he had a magazine from 20 years ago with a route. And you said to me, I want to do that route. And we were like, let's think about it. Because when we Googled it, it was 435 kilometres to the beginning of this route from here. But then we had a wine. And then Julian kept going, you know you want to do that route. And after a couple of glasses of wine, I went, yeah, I do. So we today are going to iron butt challenge ourselves to ride the biggest distance I've ever ridden in one day on Honda Monkey Bike on Ashworth. The biggest distance ever, 125cc, 435 kilometres, is not going to be a problem. But what I have said is, if I don't make it, we'll get as close as we possibly can. But we have a challenge. But what I'm going to do, because Julian's never done this kind of kilometres before, he probably has, but I'm going to say that he hasn't. I'm going to teach him the way of the iron butt. So Julian,
yes, Alan.
Are you ready? Are you ready for how we go iron butt? Your butt can take anything after this, and it doesn't matter how much pain you have to go through, you're going to have pleasure.
I'm in peak condition.
You're in peak condition.
Absolutely.
Right, let's start with the warm-up side of things. So if you just walk forwards from your bike.
Never mentioned the warm-ups.
Yeah, you got to do the warm-ups.
Warm-ups.
Yeah, the warm-ups, because if you get in, you make your body supple. Okay. And what it means is that you have less pain because you're less tense.
Right, so you do this as well, do you?
Every single day, yeah.
You do?
Every
right,
single
okay.
day.
I haven't seen you, but
honestly, every day I do it. That's how I do so many miles. That's why I look in such great shape.
Okay, I'll humour you.
So what you do is put your hands out,
yeah, and
then you go left and right first. And we like to call that the aeroplane. So think of it like you're flying, okay? Lovely. Do that for well, that's enough to be fair, because I get bored. Yeah. And then after that, you've got to do what we like to call the jump for life. You have to jump as high as you possibly can, chucking your hands in the air. You've got to do it at least 5 times.
5 times.
5 times.
Right.
Ready?
All this club roll.
Yeah, do it.
How's that?
That's amazing. You're now ready.
I'm ready.
For an iron butt. I hope you're tense. Well, to be honest, I don't do any of that, but that was really funny. Right, I need a full tank. My plan of it is to go tank to tank today and try and push it as far as we possibly can. And we will stop, and Julian will probably then want to hit me after he's feeling knackered from the pain he's in from jumping. Anyway, on the bike, as many miles as we can. We've got to get from here all the way to Cannes, where obviously they sell beer, I'm guessing, because it's Cannes. That's the start of the adventure tomorrow, but I will explain more because the route we're going to do is extremely amazing. But we've got to get there. We'll be rubbish, but we'll make it good. So let's hit the road. Well, we've just filled up the mighty Ashworth. Now we put it in the sat nav from the hotel, and it's currently saying 464 kilometres. And this is mostly sort of motorway, highway, whatever you want to call it, to get there. So it's going to get bum time, but there is an amazing reason why, because the route that Julian showed me, that Julian's desperate to do, now I'm desperate to do, is the N85, and it's the oldest, most traditional route in the whole of France. It's supposed to be, according to Ride magazine, because that's where it came from, the most spectacular you have ever seen. So apparently Napoleon himself has ridden this route many years ago. It couldn't have been on this monkey bike, at least this model, because it was released in 2018, but there is one before. So I'm guessing Napoleon rode that route on a 50cc Honda monkey bike, and apparently he took something like 1,000 troops, all obviously must have been Honda monkey bikes, down this said route. What makes it even more amazing, and they probably ate pizza at the end. Oh no, that's not French, is it? What did they probably have? They probably had the frog's legs. Anyway, Napoleon did it on a monkey bike, so it'd be rude for me not to do it on a monkey bike. That's kind of what I'm thinking as well. But it's supposed to be honestly, according to Ride Magazine, it's supposed to be the best in the whole of France. So let's find out if the N85 is. But the problem, of course, is we've got to get there, and that's what this Iron Book Challenge is about. A day of pain for a day of glory. Something like that. Anyway, yeah, no, we'll go with that. A day of pain for a day of glory. Right, I'm going to anchor down, full tank. I should get about 100 miles out of the bike-ish because of the weight. We will see, and motorways and drag and wind speed. And being really skinny, I'm sure that's not a problem. So we need to hack down some serious kilometres. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the Iron Butt Monkey Challenge. Let's go. Well, we're down to about 400 kilometres to go, so we've not gone hugely far, but we've hacked down a little bit. But I thought it's going to be literally jump on the motorway and just go. What will be happening shortly. But we've hit an incredible amount of amazing, fast, downhill twisties between like the mountains, the canyons as such. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you exactly this road because it is massively, massively incredible. I mean, you've got to check this out. I'll show you on the map first, and then we'll send up the drone so you can see exactly how amazing this is. And do you know what, actually, we'll make it absolutely epic with the best montage you would have ever seen in the entire world. So we are currently on the D612, and look at this road. It's been like this. We've got a little bit more of it before we hit the motorway. Oh, and there's the sea. Anyway, let's give you the montage. Well, we've literally got around 300 kilometres left to go, so we've just hammered down some decent kilometres. We've done that amazing road, but then it was pretty much the D9 that we're going to go on for a while. But of course I am teaching Julian here how to be an iron butt rider, to be able to survive, you know, against all the elements and everything else. So what's really important is you need a vitamin drink, and you need some sort of fruit to keep sort of all the energy going. So healthiness is the most important thing. Yeah. So I'm going to provide you with literally the essentials for you to get through your next 100 kilometres.
Fantastic.
All right?
Fantastic.
So
thank you.
there's your vitamin drink, right?
Got that.
And
Thank
then
you.
there is his fruit. So vitamins,
Lovely.
fruit, and you're really healthy.
Bouncy
and you're
bar.
going to lose weight as you're going down the road then.
Brilliant. I could do with that. That's
See?
wonderful. Thank you.
Sorted.
You think of everything.
I do, don't I?
You do think of
I'm used to it. Obviously, I've travelled so many miles. I'm such a, and keeping the body of Hercules is a very important thing as well. So just you'll feel good after that.
Excellent.
Right, we're going to have 5 minutes here, and then we're going to go back the road and crack down at least another 100 kilometres. Hopefully, maybe.
Thank you for buying me a meal.
Mate, it's healthiness. Healthiness is the key. Is the key.
It's the key to true adventure travelling.
It is, yeah. 100%.
Thank you.
Right, I'm gonna drink and eat mine, and then we're gonna go back on the road. Right, let's do this.
I met an old man. I said, tell me your story. He open and wrote something for me. Then he kept walking on down the road, and I watched him disappear like smoke. And I thought I'd just seen a ghost. Then I looked down at what he wrote.
Well, I've just spanked the monkey for another 100 kilometres, but there's something I've been meaning to do, so I'm going to do it now because it's very important. But very, very, very soon, in May this year, we'll be riding a charity ride, and there's many of us that are going to be riding for sausage from England to Germany. And I have a very important sticker that was custom made that we actually have been selling to raise money for the actual charity themselves, but it deserves to be on Ashworth because it's the most important sticker in the world. So let's get that done.
Oh baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. Oh, you shine like gold, so selfless to all, and wild like an animal.
Well, there we go, another awesome sticker with the most sexiest lord in the world holding his sausage nice and high. But I think it's important right now, because I'm teaching Julian the way of the iron butt, we make him take his next class, his next lesson in how to keep going this monstrous amount of kilometres. So Julian, your next lesson, right, so far you've had your first lot of stretches, you've had your vitamin drink, but now we've done something, we've done over 264 kilometres now. So what I want you to do, because think about positioning, you're in one position continuously. So if you just hold your hands out, and then if you use one to touch your nose and back out, and then the other, and then you see there are positions you can't do as you're riding. You put your hands down now.
Okay.
And then the next is, if you presume the motorcycle position that you normally would, slightly like crouch down, or hands out.
Weevil helmet head.
And then what I want you to do, right, what you can't do on a motorcycle is thrust. If you thrust your back back and forth, just like that. See, these are all the muscles, you see, and that's how I do it.
And that's how you
That's
do it.
how I do it.
It's funny, I haven't seen you do that.
Well, it's because I can't hold the camera and do it, see, at the same time. But now you'll be able to do another 100 kilometres, you see, pain-free, after touching your nose and thrusting.
So does the camera come back out in another 100?
Yeah, and we'll do the
does.
next lesson. So by the end of this, you'll be a fully qualified iron butt rider.
Butt rider, right.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, I can confirm we've now got around-ish 100 kilometres left to go. So we have just spanked the monkey again and done another 100k. What I will say is, my bum! Oh, I am feeling it. I am feeling it. But what we need to do now is, because it's getting... What time is it? Let me have a quick look. The time is... Basically, it's 5 p.m. The sun behind us is on its way down, so it's going to get a little bit chilly. So what me and Julian are going to do now is we're going to do what all true adventurers do, and we're going to go onto booking.com, we're going to look at cans, and around there we're going to find the absolute perfect place to stay.
We are suitable for lords.
Suitable for lords and executive businessmen. That's what I'm going to say from now on. Julian's the executive businessman. And he's in charge of finances, booking hotel, so unless it's amazing then it's all down to me.
So you're after sidekick number 2, are you?
Well, you got to have backups, you see. That's what as I'm travelling, I need backups. So, like, obviously, if anything happens, I can just replace them.
Okay, fair enough. Indispensable, are they?
Well, yeah,
Sidekicks, fair
yeah,
enough.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Other than that, yeah. But anyway, I'll let you pick us the most grandest hotel in the entire world.
I will.
I'm going to do what I call bum stretches, going up and down, up and down, up and down, and getting the body loose again for the next leg. Right, we're going to have 5 minutes and we're going to crack on and get that last bit done, and then we deserve one of those non-alcoholic beers.
Very much so.
Or 2 or 3. But either way, more miles. Well, we've just achieved 464 kilometres all the way here. 10 hours on the road. I'm butting it, doing it in proper 11 out of 10 style. Dude, well done.
Well done, mate.
Well done. Our hotel's just there, but it turns out it's quite a busy city. So we're trying to see if we can squeeze our bike in and literally hide it in the entrance of the hotel. They're not going to mind. It's a Lord's bike. They'll all be proud. I reckon we'll be all right.
I think we will. No problem at all.
It's quite posh though, isn't it?
It is posh.
It's very posh.
Is it a bit too posh for your reserve sidekick?
No. Now you're with me. It's grandeur. Nothing but
Okay.
grandeur. Red carpet, the lot.
You heard it there, folks.
Right, we're going to go and check in. Oh, my bum hurts. Well, we've checked in. We're in the hotel. And the thing of it is, I thought Cannes was famous for its beer cans. But it turns out it's not famous for beer cans. It's famous for its film festival, and everybody's extremely well poshed. It's all rather well spoken. And being a British lord, having to represent the British people, I need to dress like a dapper British lord. So I'm going to put on my Fiobok designer clothes that they sent me again to head out and check out Cannes and go out for a beer, of course, looking posh like lord. Because all posh people that want to look dapper like me wear Fiobok gear. So it's time to get changed and look dapper and go for a stroll. Well, with me looking dapper and the executive here, Julian, looking dapper too, we're heading off into Cannes, what's famous for beer cans, or beer can, or whichever one that you prefer.
One or the other.
So our plan is to find somewhere to get a drink, but the most important thing is your mission tonight, being an executive, is to become the expert in tomorrow night. We know that Napoleon rode a monkey bike that's 50cc because obviously he's old, so it's got to be an old one.
Old 50cc,
And he probably went and bought pizza with a load of 1,000 troops.
Yeah.
So you've got to tell us the full facts of the entire thing.
Is that what you want? The full
Yeah,
facts
the full
about
facts.
Napoleon Bonaparte?
Yes, all of it tomorrow, like in detail. You know, you got these people that will comment going, "Oh, you didn't mention this, you didn't do that."
I don't think you've announced that we're doing it yet, do you?
Yeah, I've told them what we're doing.
Oh, you have?
Yeah. And now it's just all down to you, telling everybody the facts and the ins and outs of the entire thing.
So there's no pressure.
No, there's no pressure.
No pressure at all.
The only pressure is all the people that comment are going to love you.
Do you think they
They're
will?
going to love you. They're going to absolutely love you. Right, do you know where we're going?
That way or this way? That way.
We'll go that way. Right, shall we go and get a beer?
We will. A beer and maybe a pizza, like Napoleon.
We can do Napoleon pizza.
We can.
What's that like?
Neapolitan.
What's that?
Italian.
It's Italiano.
Italiano.
Okay, right, let's...
Hang on.
What? It says green. Right, very true professionals are going to go and grab a beer. So we're picking our meal, and he asked what we wanted, so I both ordered us 2 large beers, and then Julian said, the man asked if we'd like water, and Julian said no thank you, it makes you go rusty. He doesn't speak much English, so it took about 2 minutes of him trying to explain. And then you gave up.
Didn't work very well, did it?
When in Rome.
When in Rome. Or can.
Beer can. Now, just because I can't stop laughing, what you just tried to order?
Some garlic bread.
And when he said you get some butter with garlic,
Yes.
and it got confusing again,
It
didn't
got
it?
confusing, but he does plain bread, but we didn't want to try plain bread. So we don't get garlic bread
So
in
we're not-
an Italian restaurant in Cannes.
But what did you order?
Lasagna.
Lasagna. And I've got the carbonara. Carbonara.
Yeah. And 2 beers.
And 2 beers.
Merci.
Merci.
There you go.
Mange 2 Rodney. Right, dude.
Cheers.
You enjoy that first sip. Show them the love. Ready?
Show them the love, ready? I'm drinking it.
Right. I'm gonna do it in style. lasagna. Is that Italian? Lasagna. Lasagna. And then you've got the carbonara, where you've got to add loads. Yeah, no more. Enough. Well, we've arrived back at the hotel. It's about 11 something. We had a couple of beers, but do you know what? A nice chilled out evening. We're both absolutely exhausted from the amount of kilometres, and we're both yawning, sipping a beer, yawning away. So it's time to go to bed, but tomorrow's going to be awesome. Now, you've set him to work. He knows he's got to spend his entire night reading through every single Google thing he can find to tell us all about the route tomorrow. So it's going to be absolutely excellent. So take care, and I will see you when we get up and take probably the best road in the entire whole of France. It's going to be epic. So take care, but bye for now.